Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about overhyped fragrances in my opinion, okay? There are probably tons of fragrances that I love that y'all don't love. In fact, I know it for a fact because I see people talk about perfumes I love on a daily basis, saying that they're not good, that they're trash, you know, that they're basic. So feel free to have your own opinions and disagree with me in the comments, but just know that I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just want to be brutally honest about how I feel about the fragrances on my skin. I'm sure if you wore it, I wouldn't think anything badly of you. Let's just move on. Okay, so first is one that I already know is extremely popular. It is Olympea, and so this is actually a fragrance that I think could smell really good on other people. Paco Rabanne's Olympea is a salty, vanilla fragrance. It has ginger flower in there, I believe. I've also tried the intense version and I'm just not a fan. The saltiness gets really nauseating on me, and I thought I was the only one, but I do know a couple people who feel the same way. So it could just be the way it pulls on my skin. I also live in a really hot climate, which you think it would be perfect for, but I actually think like with me sweating and dying in the heat, Olympea just gets even worse. So I almost feel like it's a springtime scent, at least if you don't have a super crazy hot summer. But like for me, that fragrance is just too much. Rebl Fleur. This kind of turned me off from trying any of Rihanna's other fragrances, and I know I shouldn't be like that, but since this was so patchouli heavy, I'm starting to think maybe her other fragrances are going to be different than what I expected, because for me, I was expecting like Island Yell, like Barbados to be coming out in the fragrances, and I just wasn't getting that. I know this is a nighttime sexy fragrance and I don't hate it, but it's just not what I expected from her. And again, it's making me scared to try her other offerings. So that's just me. Also not in my top 10 celebrity fragrances, so that's why I consider it to be overhyped. Pink Sugar by Aquilina. I mentioned this in one of my videos, I forget, but I was just calling it very generic. It smells like hairspray. To me, this is kind of bad, you guys. Like, I don't know, just maybe the bottle I got was just old. Who knows? I got it from Fragrance Net though, which is a reputable site, but it's always possible. It smells like burnt sugar. It doesn't have complexity. There's definitely better fragrances at Bath & Body Works. I can think of a million at the top of my head. Christmas Cookies, Vanilla Bean Noel. You know, some of their more complex fragrances too, but I'm just thinking of like the vanilla ones. Even Warm Vanilla Sugar is better, Bare Vanilla. Like, I'm telling you guys, there's no need to wear Pink Sugar. But I know a lot of people that I follow on Instagram that we have very similar tastes. They still love Pink Sugar. So I don't know if maybe they have like an older formulation or maybe they just like the new formulation, but that's just the experience I've been having. And I just immediately sold it to somebody on Mercari. Okay, levies Belle. I've smelled this quite a few times when I go into Ulta, and I just don't get the hype. I also don't feel like I've smelled this on too many people, but people often say that this is a popular, overdone, basic fragrance, but I really don't smell this on people a lot. It seems like a simple, sweet fragrance. Like, I have nothing against it. I just don't even see why it was so popular in the first place. I definitely feel like if I had to choose between this one and Black Opium, I'm definitely choosing Black Opium. It has more of a spiciness to it, and as much as people hate on Black Opium, I feel like, I don't know, I haven't been around the fragrance community since Black Opium released. Like, I don't really know the history of it, like who came first, but I do feel like they kind of got the thing popping with Pink Pepper and Pear. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong, but I just feel like that sweet, spicy fragrance was kind of initiated by Black Opium. But again, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure I'm wrong. Yeah, anyways, let's move on. So Dior Addict is also another popular one. This is also slightly sweet, spicy fragrance. It kind of smells like a chai tea to me. I do like this one, but I think it's a bit more mature than my current taste. But yeah, I just find it kind of overhyped because when I heard all about it, I was like, oh my god, I need to get my hands on it and sniff it. Y'all probably have that experience, right? Like, you hear so much about a fragrance and you're like, I have to sniff it. Like, it's gotta be amazing. And then when you actually smell it, you're like, people were talking about this like it was the best fragrance on earth, and you're just confused. So that's how I was with Addict. I also feel that way about Alien and Angel. So before coming into the community, I heard all about Mugler's Alien and Angel, like iconic, like some people's signature fragrances. And when I smelled them, for the first time, I was actually very repulsed by them. Now I can kind of tolerate Alien, but I still don't like either of them. Alien is way too heavy on the jasmine for me, and then Angel is just way too patchouli heavy. So I actually really like jasmine, so I don't know what the issue is with Alien, but they're very polarizing fragrances. I much prefer the flankers, and that's what I'll say about that. Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. So honestly, like, y'all can't even hate on me for this because it's not that I have anything against it. It smells very clean, very fresh. Like, I don't see how anybody could be offended by it. It's just that I don't love those fresh, citrus, linear fragrances. They don't do anything for me. They don't excite me. But I can totally imagine, like, if somebody gave me a full bottle of it, I would love to wear it in the summer. Like, I think it would be so refreshing. It would be perfect. But I just have no, like, absolutely no desire to purchase it myself, to go out and get it. I've smelled the flankers. It's just not something that I'm interested in. So that's just me. I don't like a fragrance that's only citrus. So that's my opinion. Also, citrus on me, no matter how it's done, for the most part, besides bergamot, turns Windexy on me. It starts to smell astringent on me, and that's a problem. That's just my skin though. It happens with Lira, which is another popular fragrance, which I guess I can throw in here right now. I actually wore Lira the other day. I have a sample and I gave it another shot. Of course it isn't bad, but like I said, the lemon does pull weird on me, and I don't like that. It's just something that I don't think is gonna work with my skin. Okay, I put flowerbomb here. I do really like flowerbomb nectar, but the original, it's just not crazy. It's not show-stopping. It's not something that I would ever purchase for myself. It's not something that I would want as a gift. So, but it's not bad. I actually used to not like it at all because it was so patchouli heavy, but now that I've gotten used to patchouli, I don't mind it. Again, I just prefer the nectar, and even then, I don't even feel like I need the nectar. It just isn't something that I want to run out and buy. Okay, next is Bright Crystal. So I do like Bright Crystal, whatever, but I think we can all agree it's not anything special. Again, it's kind of going back to me not liking citrus as much, but I do like Bright Crystal Absolute. I don't like it enough to buy a full bottle, but I think that Bright Crystal is very simple, very clean. I can see why it's so popular, but for me it's overhyped. Like, when you think about all these amazing other fragrances, it's like, why does Bright Crystal get all the hype, you know? Okay, next is Lolita Lempicka. Lolita Lempicka doesn't get as much love as it did in the 90s or whatever, but it's still a cult classic, and I'm pretty sure it's still a lot of people's signature. This is one of the fragrances in this list that I really detest. Like, I've smelled it on women before. Like, I have flashbacks to middle school. I'm pretty sure I had several teachers wearing this or something. It's a classic, but I think we moved on past it, and I don't think anybody should be wearing it in 2021. I'm sorry to say that. I know some people will probably say the same thing about Pure Seduction, and I wore Pure Seduction by Victoria's Secret today. But, like, you know, fruity fragrances, do they ever get old? I don't know. But, like, this one is a powdery, kind of odd licorice, you know, star anise scent. And it's just, it's aged kind of poorly for me. Okay, I'm gonna throw in bonbon here just because I love bonbon. Don't get it twisted. But the longevity is so poor that I don't think it should be this hyped up. I get it though, because, you know, same with Lost Cherry. I love Lost Cherry, but the longevity is crap. These fragrances should not be getting away with charging how much they're charging. And lastly is Britney Spears' Private Show. I just don't get the dulce de leche from this. I don't get the coffee. To me, this is very similar to Pink Sugar in the sense that they're very generic sweet scents. You could probably say the same about other fragrances like Fantasy, but I actually feel like Fantasy is more interesting. Like, it's just sweeter and it just has more of a personality, but I feel like Private Show is very much, I don't know, not giving me it. Go girl, give us nothing, basically. So that is just part one of this video, you guys. I've made similar videos on TikTok, probably mentioning some of these fragrances, so check my link tree down below for access to my main channel, for my fragrance TikTok, for my fragrance Instagram, whatever. And please be sure to subscribe. I never asked you guys to subscribe, but if you want more fragrance content, go ahead and do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!